Hey guys, I'm Nathan from Artisan Armor. Today, I'm going to show you some clips of finishing this inner guard so you can see the process of transforming it from something that's roughly shaped to something that's finished, which is most of the work. All right, well, here's the finished piece. It took, a couple days to get the entire thing finished. And I just want to show you some of the details I was working on there and what those steps were that you saw, right? So in last week's video, I showed you the hot forming of the inner guard, the welding, the shaping, and then today was the video of the finishing. But finishing is also really a lot of shaping, right? Any time that you're filing or sanding something, you're changing its shape, right? And so you want to go through essentially a couple different stages of shaping with finer and finer grit, right, removal, before finally moving to a finishing stage where you're using something that is light enough grit and flexible enough that as you're essentially polishing the piece, you're not changing its shape more than you want to. So, you can see here on this inner guard, right, the way that I've shaped this section, right, so that it's really similar to historical pieces that used, a different kind of forge welding process to move these pieces together. And on the inside and the outside of the guard, done all this shaping. This isn't completely done. There's still a little heat blew up in there, but this one's gonna be a blued piece, right? As I'm forming and finishing these sweeps, I'm trying to make sure that, right, when you look at it from various angles, that it's all complementary, right? That the lines work with each other, right? That this and this and this are all complementary, that these lines move in a beautiful and pleasing way that they used at the time. And you can see, right, that not all of the pieces are the same diameter, right, or the same shape, right? So we use flat bar that then we've shaped and rounded on one side and dished on the other, right, for this outer guard. And for the four-ring, right, it's another different sized piece of steel, moving from a larger gauge in the root of the inner guard to these finer pieces where it branches, all give the piece its Renaissance flair that you just can't get any other way aside from hand making it the slow way, right? So I think this one turned out pretty well. I really like the way that this join came together. I spent many hours looking at this and shaping it and sculpting it out of what I had rough formed. And that's really essentially the heart of the art of making these things and making them feel and look period and organic. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll have more cool stuff coming up. Thank you.